The cabinet condemns the Trump administration veto power against the draft resolution that calls for an immediate international intervention to halt the Israeli aggression against the Gaza Strip, which caused damages to plus 1,500 housing units at $5 million cost upon initial estimation. The cabinet declares that this move is a mockery of the international community and a bias to the Israeli aggression. Also, the cabinet deplores the draft resolution presented to the United Nations General Assembly by the United States on condemning Hamas for its continued incitement to violence and attacks against Israel. On that note, the cabinet held Israel, the occupying power, responsible for the ongoing occupation and colonial settlements, the blockade, closures and field executions, in addition to illegal arrest and all other crimes and illegal practices, which the U.S. administration rejects to condemns. Finally, the cabinet welcomed the United Nations General Assembly decision for adopting by large majority 7 resolutions in favor of Palestine. The cabinet stated that the international community, through voting for such resolutions, affirms its support to the Palestinian issue, despite the contradictory efforts of the U.S. administration in all international forums. Therefore, again, we stress the historic responsibility of the United Nations and its role towards the Palestinian issue, and in implementing all United Nations resolutions preserving the Palestinian rights and exposing the illegal practices and policies of the Israeli occupation. In a different context, the cabinet rejected the decision of the so-called Israeli Supreme Court to approve the demolitions of the Tahaddi 5 school in Beit Tamur village, also condemns the demolitions in Shu'afat refugee camp and bombing dozens of houses and shops in Deir al-Ghsoon town north of Tulkarim. In addition to the Israeli decision to evacuate 28 dunams of Palestinian land at a Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood in occupied Jerusalem, home to more than 500 Palestinians, despite all documents proving the Palestinian ownership of the land. On a different context, the cabinet welcomed the announcement of the Commissioner General of UNRWA for reducing the financial deficit of the agency from 446 million to 21 million for the current year of 2018. The cabinet expressed its appreciation for the financial and political support provided the various countries and international institutions, and called upon the international community to continue providing funds and assistance to UNRWA, especially the financial support during the upcoming year. Finally, on the social security law, the cabinet assured that the president has instructed the government to evaluate the social security law, which is taking place through the formed ministerial committee. Yet the government is facing calls to reject and boycott the dialogue, which confirms the insincere intentions and that the protests are not abstract and restricted in some provisions of the law as it claims, but rather it aims to hinder any national achievement, even at the expense of the poor and marginalized workers.